Hello and welcome to GMBN Tech. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the seals on your forks. And for this, you're going to need to take your lowers off. So if this is the first time doing a lower leg service, do check out the link in our description where it will show you in greater detail how to take these off and service your forks. So once you have your lowers off, then we're going to be replacing these seals, obviously. And the foam rings underneath, it's probably best to take those out so you don't damage them, especially if you want to keep them. Just get a pick and try and gently tease them out. There we go, set them aside, especially if you're planning to clean them. That one's a little bit on the dirty side, so I'll probably give him a clean. And then it's just a case of levering these seals out, but you want to be careful not to scratch anything on the inside. It's okay to damage a seal that you're taking out though. I tend to find a spanner with a rounded part, something that's not too sharp and pointy. And a little bit of blue roll or cloth or towel will just protect the fork a little bit more. So you just get it in underneath the seal and start to lever it around bit by bit. So next up, I'm just going to clean these just to make sure that I'm not going to be sealing in any dirt. Some people like to lube these with a bit of your oil just so they go in easier. Some people don't like to do that in case they come out too easy. But basically, you want to get your new seals, obviously smaller end at the top, bigger end at the bottom. And then we're just going to work them in by hand, gently first. Get them nice and level all the way around. And then we can firmly hammer them in place afterwards. So I would always recommend using a seal driver. I've got a Fox specific one for my 38. Make sure everything is straight and level and lined up. You don't want to bang these in wonky. And then it's just a case of a soft hammer or a plastic part of your hammer and hammering it in until it's all level. Give it a double check, make sure it's all flush. The great thing about the Fox specific ones, or your brand specific ones, is you can actually pop them on and hook them in to the driver, and you get a much easier way of getting it all flush and lined up. That's the benefit of tools, the right tool for the right job. There we go, perfect. If you're reusing your existing foam rings, just use some blue roll to absorb the old oil. If your foam rings are really dirty or gritty, you can wash them with soapy water or bike cleaner, but do make sure they are properly dry before putting them back in. Then just add a few drops of oil, preferably the corresponding oil for each leg, and put them back into their recess. And then it's just a case of putting your foam rings back in there. Clean them up if you want to, or put some oil around them before you pop them in to keep it feeling nice and plush. You should be able to do this by hand. And just get your thumb in there and work it around until that's nice and flush. So that's your new seals and your clean or new foam rings, all good to go. And these lowers obviously need to go back on the bike to finish off your lower leg service. But if you've liked this 5-minute maintenance session, do give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, give us a subscribe.